Getting stable footage from the boat can be tough. I got 5 tips that will make it easy for you. My first tip would be to shoot in a high frame rate. 120 FPS is a really good frame rate to shoot at, and it will hide a lot of that camera movement or camera shake, especially when shooting from a boat. There's a lot of movement between the wind, the swell, and just holding your camera steady. That 120 frames will really take all that movement and slow it down. You have to remember when shooting at 120 frames per second that the footage will be really dragged out, and if you're shooting something really slow, like just a humpback whale taking a breath and then going down on a dive, that footage that would normally be like 12 seconds is going to be like 50 seconds long. So keep that in mind when you're shooting stuff. 120 frames looks really good when something is really action-packed, but if it's not really action-packed, it can be really slow and drawn out. 60 FPS is a really good frame rate to shoot at as well. It's not as slow as the 120 frames, but you can slow it down in post-production as well as stabilize the footage, and it will look really awesome. My second tip would be try not to move. Honestly, it's really hard to film whales and dolphins because they're super erratic in their movement and they usually don't pop up where they went last. So it's best to kind of try and learn the animals and anticipate where they're going to be. Aim for that section, press record, and hope for the best. And even if they don't come up in the center of your frame, still could be a good clip that you could use for Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, and you could crop it down to that aspect ratio and just move it over in the frame. So don't be sad if it comes up in the far left or right hand side of your frame. It still can be a really good clip. My third tip for getting stable footage from a boat would be pick a position on the boat that is the most stable. Now, if you haven't been on boats a lot, the back of the boat is the most stable spot on the boat. It moves around the least. The front of the boat is one of the rockiest places on the boat. Now, if you can't get a spot on the back of the boat and you're still looking for something stable, something you could do is find somewhere on side of the ship or the midship, and you can lean your hips up against the rail and it will help you stabilize to get better footage. My fourth tip would be to shoot wide. I know that with whales, we have a guideline that says we need to stay at least 100 yards away or more. So if you're using something like a 100 to 500 millimeter, I recommend bringing that back closer to 100 millimeters. That will help stabilize the footage a lot more. The further you are zoomed in, the more the footage is going to be shaky and it will be harder to edit in post-processing. My fifth and final tip would be to go on a calm and less windy day. I know it's not always possible to go on a calm day. Weather can change pretty drastically and pretty fast out on the ocean. So if you can't get out there on a calm day or ends up not being calm, don't worry, just use the rest of all these tips. They'll still help you get stable footage. Remember, the back of the boat is a really good place to be. It's very stable, calmer days, and shoot high frame rates, and you guys are going to be getting some epic shots. I really hope you enjoy these tips. Go out there, film some whales. If you did like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you really liked it, leave a comment down below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in another video.